Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Today we're diving into a truly exciting journey through American numismatic history as we explore the 6 most valuable and ultra-rare United States coins ever discovered. From legendary early federal issues struck by the United States Mint to modern condition rarities that have stunned collectors at auction. This video is all about extraordinary coins that have reached jaw-dropping prices and earned their place among the most coveted treasures in the world of collecting. The most expensive and valuable United States quarter dollar dated 1967 is the 1967 special mint set example of the Washington quarter, a coin that at first glance appears ordinary, but in exceptional condition can command remarkable prices in today's numismatic market. While millions of 1967 quarters were struck for circulation, the finest known special mint set specimens, particularly those graded at the very top of the scale, have achieved thousands of dollars at auction. For collectors, the appeal lies not in rarity of date alone but in the elusive pursuit of perfection, deeply struck details, pristine surfaces, and strong cameo contrast. The 1967 quarter represents a transitional moment in American coinage, and high-grade survivors from special mint sets are highly sought after because they combine historical importance with conditional scarcity, making them standout pieces in advanced Washington quarter collections. The historical context of the 1967 quarter is closely tied to the coinage crisis of the mid-1960s. Following the passage of the Coinage Act of 1965, which removed silver from circulating dimes and quarters, the United States Mint eliminated mint marks from coins dated 1965 through 1967 in an effort to discourage hoarding and speculation. As a result, all 1967 quarters bear no mint mark regardless of where they were struck. During this period, traditional proof sets were also suspended and replaced with special mint sets produced by the U.S. Mint, primarily at the United States Mint facilities in Philadelphia and San Francisco. These sets featured coins with a higher quality finish than circulation strikes, but not quite the mirror-like brilliance of earlier proofs. The 1967 quarter thus stands at an important crossroads between the silver era and the modern clad era, reflecting economic pressures and evolving minting practices in American history. In terms of design, the 1967 quarter retains the classic imagery introduced in 1932. The obverse features a left-facing portrait of George Washington, designed by sculptor John Flanagan, with the inscriptions "Liberty, in God we trust," and the date 1967. The reverse displays a heraldic eagle with outstretched wings clutching arrows and olive branches, symbolizing strength and peace, encircled by the inscriptions United States of America and EPLURIBUS UNUM. Unlike pre-1965 quarters, the 1967 issue is composed of a copper-nickel clad outer layer bonded to a pure copper core, giving the edge a distinct reddish stripe. The coin measures 24.3 millimeters in diameter and weighs 5.67 grams. In special mint set condition, examples often exhibit sharper strikes, satiny luster, and occasionally cameo-like contrast between devices and fields, making high-grade pieces visually impressive despite their modern composition. Rarity for the 1967 quarter is not defined by low mintage, as hundreds of millions were produced for circulation, and over 1.8 million were included in special mint sets. Instead, rarity is conditional. Most circulating examples show heavy wear and are worth only face value, while even typical uncirculated pieces remain affordable. However, the very finest special mint set coins graded SB67, SB68, or higher by major grading services are extremely scarce. Coins with deep cameo contrast or near-flawless surfaces are particularly rare because special mint set production methods did not consistently yield strong contrast. Minor imperfections, hairlines, or weak strikes are common, So pristine examples with smooth fields and bold detail become condition rarities that drive competitive bidding among registry set collectors. Market value varies dramatically based on condition. A worn 1967 quarter is worth 25 cents, and standard uncirculated examples typically trade for $1 to $5. Special mint set coins in average SB65 condition may sell in the $10 to $20 range. However, superbly preserved specimens graded SB67 can bring $40 to $100, while top population coins graded SB68 have realized prices from $1,000 to several $1,000s at major auctions. Depending on eye appeal and population, rep cameo designated examples often command premiums due to their enhanced visual contrast. The market for high-grade Washington quarters has remained steady, supported by registry competition and long-term interest in completing high-quality date and type sets. And while prices can fluctuate with demand, elite-grade examples consistently attract strong interest. For collectors seeking a valuable 1967 quarter, careful examination is essential. Look for coins from original special mint set packaging, as these have the highest likelihood of superior preservation. Pay close attention to surface quality under magnification, searching for minimal contact marks, strong luster, and crisp detail in Washington's hair and the eagle's feathers. Certification by reputable third-party grading services is highly recommended for any coin believed to grade SB67 or higher, as authentication and grading significantly enhance liquidity and buyer confidence. Proper storage in climate-controlled conditions and inert holders will prevent tunning or surface degradation. Acquiring examples through established coin dealers, reputable auction houses, or respected numismatic forums helps ensure authenticity and fair market pricing. In conclusion, the 1967 Washington quarter may appear common at first glance, yet its finest special mint set examples represent some of the most valuable modern quarters in the series. Its historical role during the coinage transition of the 1960s, its classic design honoring George Washington, and its position within the long-running Washington Quarter series give it enduring significance. While ordinary pieces remain inexpensive, the highest-grade survivors embody the principle that condition is king in modern numismatics. For both seasoned collectors and newcomers, the 1967 quarter offers an accessible entry point with the tantalizing possibility of discovering a premium quality example, ensuring its continued appeal and steady presence in the marketplace for years to come. Next up in the 1984 Washington quarter stands as one of the most intriguing modern coins in United States numismatics, particularly when examined through the lens of condition rarity and specialized varieties. Struck at the United States Mint facility in Denver, this copper-nickel-clad quarter is part of the long-running Washington Quarter series that began in 1932. While millions of examples were produced for circulation, the most valuable 1984 quarters are those found in exceptionally high mint state grades or displaying notable mint errors. In top certified conditions such as MS67 and above, this otherwise common circulation coin can command surprisingly strong prices, transforming it from everyday pocket change into a highly sought-after modern rarity. Its appeal lies not in age or precious metal content, but in scarcity at the highest levels of preservation, a factor that continues to drive serious collector demand. Historically, the 1984 quarter was minted during a period of economic stabilization in the United States under the presidency of Ronald Reagan. The coin was part of the standard circulating coinage program and did not commemorate a specific event beyond honoring George Washington, whose portrait has graced the quarter since 1932. By 1984, the Washington quarter had already undergone a significant transition from 90% silver composition to copper-nickel clad, a change implemented in 1965 due to rising silver prices. The Denver Mint struck hundreds of millions of quarters that year, ensuring widespread distribution throughout the western and central United States. Although the mintage was high, the production quality at the time often resulted in weak strikes and contact marks, which later made pristine, fully struck examples far scarcer than the raw mintage figures would suggest. In terms of design, the 1984 D Washington quarter retains the classic profile of George Washington on the obverse, originally sculpted by John Flanagan. Washington faces left with the inscriptions Liberty, In God We Trust, and the date 1984, accompanied by the small D mint mark signifying Denver production. The reverse features a heraldic eagle with wings spread, clutching arrows and an olive branch, symbolizing military readiness and peace. The coin measures 24.3 millimeters in diameter and weighs 5.67 grams, composed of a pure copper core sandwiched between outer layers of 75% copper and 25% nickel. While the design itself is not unique to 1984, what distinguishes elite specimens is the sharpness of detail in Washington's hair, the eagle's feathers, and the luster that radiates across the fields. In high-grade examples, the coin exhibits strong cartwheel luster and minimal abrasions, qualities that dramatically separate ordinary coins from top-tier collectibles. Rarity, for the 1984 D quarter, is defined less by mintage and more by survivorship in superb condition. Although over 600 million pieces were struck, very few have been certified in MS67 or higher by major grading services. Modern coinage from the 1980s was often stored in bulk bags, leading to heavy contact marks that prevented most coins from achieving gem status. Additionally, certain error varieties, such as doubled dies, off-center strikes, and dramatic die cracks, have drawn heightened interest. High-grade survivors with full strike details and minimal surface imperfections are condition rarities, meaning that while the coin itself is common, examples at the pinnacle of grading scales are genuinely scarce. This dynamic has created an unusual market where a coin worth face value in circulated condition can be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars in exceptional preservation. The market value of the 1984 D Washington quarter varies widely depending on grade and variety. Circulated examples typically trade at face value, while standard uncirculated coins in MS63 to MS65 range may sell for $5 to $20. However, coins graded MS66 can reach $40 to $100 depending on eye appeal. The most dramatic increase occurs at MS67, where auction results have shown prices climbing into the $300 to $1,000 range, particularly for coins with exceptional luster and strike quality. Rare error varieties can exceed these figures if they display strong doubling or other visually striking anomalies. The value is driven by registry set competition, where collectors seek the finest known examples to complete high-ranking certified sets. As a result, top population coins often achieve premiums far beyond their intrinsic or historical baseline. For collectors seeking a valuable 1984 D quarter, careful inspection and professional certification are essential. Searching original mint rolls or bank-wrapped rolls can sometimes yield high-grade candidates, though such finds are increasingly rare. Magnification should be used to examine Washington's cheek and jawline for contact marks, as these are critical focal points in grading. Certification by respected third-party grading services provides both authentication and an objective grade, significantly enhancing marketability and value. Proper storage in climate-controlled conditions, ideally within certified holders or archival quality coin flips, will help preserve luster and prevent tunning or environmental damage. Purchasing from reputable dealers or established auction platforms reduces the risk of overpaying for over-graded raw coins. In conclusion, the 1984 D Washington quarter represents a fascinating case study in modern numismatics, where condition and scarcity at the highest grades transform a common circulation coin into a prized collectible. Its historical connection to the enduring Washington Quarter series, combined with the realities of 1980s mint production, has created a market in which superb examples command substantial premiums. Though not rare in absolute terms, the coin's rarity and top condition, coupled with collector enthusiasm and registry competition, ensures ongoing demand. For both new enthusiasts and seasoned numismatists, the 1984 D quarter offers an accessible yet potentially rewarding pursuit, demonstrating that even modern coins can hold significant historical, aesthetic, and financial appeal when preserved at the highest levels. Next up in the 1987 D Washington Quarter stands as a fascinating and somewhat underappreciated piece within modern United States coinage. Yet in its finest forms, it has achieved a level of desirability that elevates it into the realm of serious numismatic interest. Struck at the Denver Mint, this quarter is part of the long-running Washington Quarter series that began in 1932 to honor George Washington. While most 1987 D quarters are common in circulated grades, the highest quality uncirculated examples, particularly those with exceptional luster and strike, can command surprisingly strong prices. Its appeal lies in the challenge it presents to collectors seeking flawless modern coins, making it a key date in top-condition registry sets, and a coin whose value is closely tied to condition rarity rather than overall scarcity. Historically, the 1987 D quarter was produced during a period when the United States Mint was transitioning further into high-volume, efficient coin production aimed at meeting everyday circulation demands. Unlike earlier decades, the 1980s saw fewer dramatic design or composition changes, but the continuation of the copper-nickel clad composition, introduced in 1965, remained significant as it reflected the long-term departure from silver coinage. The 1987 issue did not include quarters in annual mint sets for general collectors, which slightly limited the availability of pristine examples compared to some surrounding years. This subtle historical nuance contributes to the coin's modern-day significance, as collectors must rely more heavily on coins preserved from circulation rather than mass-produced collector sets. In terms of design, the 1987 D quarter retains the classic visual identity of the Washington series, with the obverse featuring a left-facing portrait of George Washington designed by John Flanagan. The inscriptions "Liberty," "In God We Trust," and the date 1987 frame the portrait, while the reverse displays a heraldic eagle with outstretched wings clutching arrows and an olive branch, symbolizing both strength and peace. The coin is composed of a copper core clad with a copper-nickel alloy, giving it a silvery appearance, and it measures 24.3 mm in diameter with a weight of 5.67 grams. What makes the 1987 D particularly notable to specialists is the quality of strike and surface preservation, as coins with sharply defined details and minimal contact marks are significantly harder to find than one might expect from such a modern issue. Rarity for the 1987 D quarter is not defined by low mintage alone. Indeed, millions were struck, but rather by the scarcity of coins in near-perfect or perfect condition. In circulated grades, the coin is extremely common and holds only face value. However, in mint state grades such as MS66, MS67, and especially MS67+, the population drops sharply. Coins certified at these levels by major grading services are limited, and examples exhibiting full luster, clean fields, and strong strikes become highly desirable. Additionally, any error varieties, such as off-center strikes, doubled dies, or planchet anomalies, can dramatically increase value, though such errors are relatively rare and must be authenticated to be considered legitimate. The market value of the 1987 D Washington quarter varies widely depending on condition and quality. In typical circulated condition, it remains worth just 25 cents, reflecting its abundance. In uncirculated grades, however, values begin to climb, with MS-65 examples often selling for a few dollars, while MS-66 coins may reach $10 to $25 depending on eye appeal. The real excitement occurs at the highest grades, where MS-67 specimens can command between $100 and $300, and exceptionally well-preserved or premium quality coins, especially those graded MS-67 Plus or higher, can exceed $500 at auction. Error coins, if present and verified, may fetch even higher prices depending on their uniqueness and visual impact. These values are driven by collector demand for top population coins and the competitive nature of registry-set collecting. For collectors seeking to acquire a valuable 1987 D quarter, careful attention to detail is essential. High-grade examples should display strong luster, minimal surface marks, and a sharp strike, particularly in Washington's hair and the eagle's feathers. Certification by reputable grading organizations such as Professional Coin Grading Service or Numismatic Guarantee Company is highly recommended, as it ensures authenticity and provides an objective assessment of condition. Proper storage is equally important. Coins should be kept in protective holders away from humidity and contaminants to preserve their surfaces. Collectors often find the best examples through auctions, established dealers, or coin shows, where careful inspection and comparison can lead to better purchasing decisions. In conclusion, the 1987 D Washington quarter exemplifies how even relatively modern coins can achieve significant value and prestige within the numismatic community when condition rarity comes into play. Its historical continuity within the Washington series, combined with the subtle scarcity of top-grade examples, makes it a compelling target for collectors who appreciate both challenge and precision. While it may not possess the intrinsic rarity of older or silver coinage, its appeal lies in the pursuit of perfection, offering both aesthetic satisfaction and investment potential. For both new and seasoned collectors, the 1987 D quarter represents a reminder that value in numismatics is often found not just in age or mintage, but in the extraordinary preservation of an otherwise ordinary coin. Next up in the 1988 D Washington quarter dollar stands as a fascinating example of a modern United States coin, whose value is not rooted in age alone, but in condition, rarity of specific varieties, and collector demand within the broader numismatics community. While billions of Washington quarters have circulated since their introduction in 1932, the 1988 D issue, struck at the United States Mint facility in Denver, has garnered attention primarily for its highest-grade specimens and occasional mint errors. To the casual observer, it may seem like an ordinary coin still found in circulation, yet to dedicated collectors, pristine examples, especially those certified at the highest levels, represent a modern rarity. Its appeal lies in the challenge of finding near-perfect coins from a heavily circulated era, making it a sought-after piece for registry-set collectors and specialists in Washington quarters. Historically, the 1988 D quarter belongs to the long-running Washington quarter series, which honors George Washington and reflects the enduring legacy of American coinage design. By the late 1980s, the United States was experiencing economic stability and high coin production volumes, leading to massive mintages intended for everyday commerce. The Denver Mint, identified by the D Mint mark, produced hundreds of millions of these quarters in 1988, ensuring their widespread availability and circulation. However, this era also marked a transition in collecting habits, with more emphasis placed on condition rarity rather than absolute scarcity. The 1988 D quarter was not tied to a specific commemorative event, but it remains part of a continuous historical thread representing American commerce, patriotism, and the durability of Washington's image on coinage. In terms of design, the 1988 D Washington quarter retains the classic features introduced decades earlier, with the obverse showcasing a left-facing portrait of George Washington, originally sculpted by John Flanagan. The inscription's Liberty, in God we trust, and the date 1988 frame the portrait, while the reverse depicts a heraldic eagle with outstretched wings clutching arrows and an olive branch, symbolizing strength and peace. The coin is composed of a copper-nickel-clad structure, with a pure copper core sandwiched between outer layers of copper-nickel, giving it durability for circulation. It measures 24.3 millimeters in diameter and weighs 5.67 grams. While the design itself is not unique to 1988, what makes certain examples special is the sharpness of strike, luster, and absence of imperfections, particularly in coins graded at the highest mint state levels. Rarity for the 1988 D-quarter does not stem from low mintage, but rather from condition scarcity and the presence of notable mint errors. With a mintage exceeding 500 million coins, most examples are common in circulated grades. However, coins graded MS67 or higher by professional grading services are exceedingly scarce, as the high-speed minting processes of the era often resulted in minor imperfections that prevent coins from achieving near-perfect grades. Additionally, certain error varieties, such as off-center strikes, doubled dies, or die cracks, can significantly increase a coin's desirability and value. These anomalies, though rare, create a niche market where collectors seek out unusual and visually striking pieces that deviate from standard production. The market value of the 1988 D-quarter varies dramatically depending on condition and uniqueness. In circulated grades, the coin typically holds only its face value of 25 cents. Uncirculated examples in lower mint state grades, MS60, MS64, may range from $1 to $5, reflecting their modest premium. However, in higher grades such as MS66 or MS67, prices can rise significantly, often reaching $50 to several $100s depending on eye appeal and certification. Exceptional specimens graded MS67 plus or higher have been known to achieve prices exceeding $1,000 in competitive auctions, particularly when certified by leading grading companies like Professional Coin Grading Service or Numismatic Guarantee Company. Error coins, depending on their type and visibility, can command anywhere from $50 to several $100s or more, further adding to the coin's market intrigue. For collectors, acquiring a valuable 1988 D-quarter requires a keen eye and careful strategy. Searching through original bank rolls or mint sets can sometimes yield high-grade examples that have been preserved since issuance. Certification by reputable grading services is crucial, as even slight differences in grade can significantly impact value. Collectors are advised to look for coins with strong luster, minimal contact marks, and well-defined details, particularly on Washington's hair and the eagle's feathers. Proper storage in protective holders or climate-controlled environments is essential to maintain the coin's condition over time. Engaging with reputable dealers, attending coin shows, and participating in online auctions or numismatic forums can also increase the chances of finding premium quality specimens. In conclusion, the 1988 D Washington quarter dollar exemplifies how modern coins can achieve notable value through condition rarity and collector interest rather than historical age alone. Its significance lies in its representation of late 20th century coin production and the evolving priorities of collectors who seek perfection and uniqueness. While most examples remain common, the pursuit of high-grade or error varieties transforms this everyday coin into a prized collectible with meaningful investment potential. For both novice and seasoned collectors, the 1988 D quarter offers an accessible yet challenging opportunity, reinforcing its enduring appeal within the world of numismatics and its potential for continued appreciation in the years ahead.